Hello and welcome to another Company of Heroes 3 game. My name is Fancy Josh, and today we've got a game between Clairvoyance and NANAMI. The map, the Pochino Station? Not gonna tell me. Pochino Stalemate, that's it. Got there. So I don't know a whole lot about this map. Taking a quick look at it from a high level, looks like you've got some pretty substantial cutoff points. This point here and this point here is what connects you to... Oh, it's a mirror, but it's on this side. Interesting. So you've got this point here connecting you to two major points over here. This point here seems to matter less because you could connect through this side. I guess it does connect to these points, so I don't know. Interesting map. Here you see how it plays out. Looks like there's a pretty ripped up town in the middle there. This little river cutting through everything. This is a little picturesque map, isn't it? Alright, well, let's focus on the game at hand, eh? We got a British player opening with two Royal Engineers and a Dingo Light Scout car. And our German player is opening with two Pioneer squads into two Grenadier squads, so... British player electing for this Dingo early is going to give him, rapid... He's going to be able to move across the map quickly, but of course, that thing is relatively fragile, and... yeah, easy to lose. High risk, high reward, right? So, I like what the German is doing with this, I like what the British player is doing with his Dingo here. He's sort of being annoying, slowing down his opponent, protecting these Royal Engineers while they capture behind him. Meanwhile, he's capturing on the other side. German player really committing to this top side here. That Dingo's going to be in a scary spot here if this German continues to flank around here. Actually, I think these Royal Engineers need to leave now, because if they don't, they're going to have to run straight through these German forces here. Now, our British player is bringing up an infantry section to support. There's those Royal Engineers retreating. And I don't think you... So the problem with this infantry moving up is they're better at long range. So I don't know if he wants to be closer to his enemy there. He's flanked by the Dingo, getting behind our German player here. Little skirmish. Looks like our British player might come out ahead here. It's going to be close, I suppose. Yeah. German player going to win that. Force his opponent back. That was a nice cutoff there. Our German player managed to secure this cutoff, denying all this resources on the right side. Now he's taking up this ammunition point. Meanwhile, British player using this Royal Engineers to capture some territory. I like that. Royal Engineers going to contest these Grenadiers here. Grenadiers respecting the close range power of the Royal Engineers. British player added on a heavy machine gun. I think this is a good choice. Our German player is continuing to add on infantry, and our British player needs a way to deal with it, so... I cannot believe this Dingo is still alive, given how aggressive it's been, and where it's been on the map. It just feels like the German player could have snuck up on him at any point and killed him, so... Gonna retreat that Dingo, get it repaired up. German player continuing to capture cutoff points, denying resources to his opponent. That's really nice. It's getting him out to an early lead. He's had a nice, smooth, consistent income, whereas the British player has not. German player just researched the veterancy level 1 for all of his infantry. You can see that here. Royal Engineers interrupting the placement of this mine here. It was less than opportune timing for our German player. Dingo getting involved on this right side, trying to recapture his territory here. Heavy machine gun pinning on that squad. We're just going to be able to take care of that side, no problem.
A new infantry section is ready for battle.
Big fight here in the middle. Second infantry squad coming in here. Going to push away this first infantry section with that flamethrower. Nice. It's focusing down that engineering squad, but it's not going to be able to pick them up before being forced to retreat by the flamethrower. British... Oh, Grenadier squad just died. What was that? Was that here? Yeah, it was. Wow. I think he was focused on the left side there and just lost his squad to that being pinned down by the heavy machine, plus the being chased by the dingoes, so... Royal Engineers forced back, but not before inflicting some losses on those Grenadiers. Infantry section coming in here at the last minute to try and push them off, leveling up to Veteran C1. This dingo is also Veteran C1. What does that give him? Forward Observer Artillery Barrage. That seems really good. And our German player is doing a great job being annoying as heck, right? I mean, the British players can't capture this territory with this Grenadier squad there. And, you know, continuing to be denied these resources despite owning the territory. It's actually really interesting to me that our German player hasn't taken his free fuel. Like, he's just like, no, we're going to duke it out on your side of the map, and I don't care about my own side. So, I don't know if I agree with that. I think he could probably spare a single engineer to go capture it, but... that's up to him. I haven't talked about our players' battle groups yet. Our German player hasn't added on one just yet, but our British player has gone for the Canadian Shock battle group. I've seen some cool strats on this tree with the, there's some flamethrower techs that, like, debuff your opponent when you hit them with flamethrowers. But it doesn't look like our British player's going for that. He picked up a attacking spirit. So when he decaptures territory, it buffs squads around, letting them heal. That's actually really insanely good. Of course, it gives them access to this Canadian shock section, which are good at medium range. They feel to me like riflemen, but I don't have a ton of experience with them personally, so feel free to tell me I'm wrong in the comments. Looks like he's also picked up the incendiary munitions. I think that's a really strong ability. Basically turns your grenades into, you know, the initial explosion hurts, and then they continue to hurt with the flames over time. British player using that dingo call-in to barrage this point here, almost killing the squad there. Like they're barely going to get out of there. Oh, they need to retreat though. Maybe not. Oh, they got reinforced by the Grenadiers. Nice. This Canadian shock section going pretty far forward. Pushed away by this Panzer Grenadier squad as well as that heavy machine gun, but there's more infantry support groups coming in. And for the first time this game, the entire map has been captured by one player or the other. But as you can see, the British player is a bit behind in fuel. It's not super dramatic. It's 10 per minute. That is going to add up. British player running into a mine over there, planted by our German player. So well done by him to get those mines down. Panzerfaust coming out to shoo away this dingo. Dingo might be dead if this Panzer Grenadier squad gets the flank. It looks like he's going to back up now. Better keep backing up. Maybe. It's the slowest run of his life. I think he has a damaged engine. Yeah. Slowing him down. German player really wants it. Might get it. Fight's continuing to happen in the middle there. And our British player barely got out with that dingo. That's impressive. Royal Engineers being annoying. Like his decision to decapture this point, even if he doesn't end up picking it up, because it's bringing the fuel score to even. Fight in the middle is continuing, but it looks like the German has pushed away all of the forces, and it looks like our British player did pick up the pyrotechnics. That's that debuff ability I was mentioning earlier. It reduces accuracy, slows down vehicles and infantry, and yeah, super obnoxious to deal with. British player is going to take back his cutoff, probably pick up the fuel that he desperately needs. He does need to get out of the middle here, which he's doing. Looks like our German player set up a fighting nest. That is not something I see very often, not at a high level anyway. So that's cool to see. I mean, I think it's just a building from a stats perspective. Oh no, it does more than that. Yeah, so it grants accuracy and increased fire rate. I mean, it's basically a DPS buff. So, I do think that the British player can take that away from him. So we'll see how that ends up working out. Stingo. There he is. Flamethrower are going to be super obnoxious here, debuffing that whole squad, making them literally less lethal, while also inhibiting their escape there. So this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the game when I said that this cutoff point didn't feel as important as this cutoff point because of the way this kind of loop of territory happens. So it kind of comes down to this point here being super essential. Looks like we're going to have a big fight here on the top side. Heavy machine gun flanking all these squads, Grenadier squad pushing them away. And look how good that capture is. That's what that decapture is. It's this attacking spirit, so anytime he decaptures a point, his squad heals. And it really starts to matter on something like these Royal Engineers that were very low health. British player adding on a armored car. This thing is fairly effective against light infantry and other light vehicles, but loses pretty hard to any sort of medium armor. Looks like our British player did just pick up this MG42 squad. I wouldn't be surprised to see him take that away. He might do it with these Royal Engineers, keep his his Canadian shock section out here. Looks like he's going to do that. That's about it, yeah. He's got to get out of there right now. Oh, he's setting up? Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that. Engineer squad's going to make it. Both light vehicles moving up. Big grenades from both sides. Not going to hit anyone there. Not sure why the squad isn't firing. That was unfortunate for our German player. Squad wasn't actually shooting. While that was happening, German player seems content to just take away territory from his opponent. Yeah, it's been really interesting. In a lot of games, I mean, I see people go for cutoff points all the time. There's nothing unusual about that. But what is unusual from our German player is just how much he's prioritizing cutoff points. And that's a dead armored car. That's pretty devastating for our British player. I mean, devastating might be a strong word, but sure, he's not happy about losing that squad. He did trade that pack gun for the scout car, but that is a trade he'll take any day, especially because he can recruit it. And at some point, our British player lost his heavy machine gun. So, overall, our British player is a little bit behind in terms of squads lost and resources lost, but nowhere near out of this game. I will say that I do think our German player has had an advantage the entire game. And if he can continue that, it's going to translate into some late-game advantages as well. For example, our German player currently is floating 120 fuel. Take a look at what he's... I'm going to take a quick look at what he's doing here. Yeah, he may want to go Stoogs in the mid-game here. He's out on this Panzer Grenadier company, but he has not upgraded the support elements to call in a Stug just yet, so curious to see what he wants to do there. He also has not locked in his battle group.
The enemy have taken our territory.
So, it's like he's content to just keep it basic. Might be a dead dingo. Yep. I mean, that dingo got a huge amount of value over the course of this game, so I'm sure he's disappointed that he lost it, but over the course of this game, it's done a lot for him. Looks like our our British player just lost another engineer squad, so he is hurting bad for squads right now. The German player hasn't converted that into territory control just yet, but looks like he's gonna try to right now by taking away this cutoff point. That's not gonna feel super great for our British player. Now, yeah, you know, I was saying it a second ago, our German player is just ultra laser focused on denying resources to his opponent. He's prioritizing that over his own resource income and his income of victory points. Like, right now, our British player controls 2 of the victory points. And our German player is prioritizing taking away these cutoffs. So I'm not sure how much I agree with that. It does seem to be working for him, though, so I guess you can't argue with results. That was a well-timed heavy machine gun coming in. Our British player re-added that squad and bringing it in just at the last minute there to help him push away those squads was perfect timing for him. In fact, I think he should be focused on, keeping his income on the right side here. He doesn't know it, but that's where a lot of the that's where a lot of his opposition is going to be coming from. To say that, there's actually quite a few squads in the middle here, so this church is not looking so hot. It has taken a significant amount of damage. Burning down slowly here. Heavy machine gun set up just in time. British player adding on the foot guard section. This is kind of a all-rounder squad. Great at killing infantry, great at killing vehicles, but has to be at the right range to do both. And in the case of both, it needs to be close, right? Those bazookas they have better penetration when they're close to the target, and their SMGs do way more damage up close. So I think that's probably a good add by him. I think our German player just teched up. He did. Adding on this Panzer company. The British player had built the platoon company command post a few minutes ago. I saw it happen but didn't comment on it. And he is adding on Crusader 2 tank. It's a very popular tank. Pretty decent against light armor, light and medium armor. Very fast, nimble, and also pretty decent against infantry. You might think, wow, that sounds like the best tank I've ever heard of. I think it struggles with armor penetration, especially on the front armor of our German tanks. So, you know, if it runs into a Panzer IV, I think it's going to struggle unless it can get a flank, or he has 2 of them. So we'll see if he managed to save enough fuel and keep this Crusader alive in time to get another tank. Alright, so British player looking pretty good here. He's recovered nicely from that significant deficit. He's adding on an AT gun in preparation for some tanks from his opponent. I think that's a really good choice. German player recrewed his AT gun now that this Crusader's on the map. Really like that. I mean, he's being super patient with recrewing it. It's a little scary to just leave a gun out there like that. I mean, it was basically right next to his base, but still.
Anti-tank weapon and crew on the field.
German player continuing to deny territory. He's even going for this fuel that's literally attached to his opponent's base.
We're down to 250 points.
Big fight here in the middle. He might just decapture and push in with these Panzer Grenadiers. Maybe not. I was thinking he might want to get involved in the fight rather than capturing this territory, because this squad is better up close. Especially against infantry sections from the British player that are better at long range, right? So you can get out of their comfort zone and into your comfort zone. You're going to be way more effective in combat. Crusader tank just chilling here, controlling some territory. I think he needs to... I mean, he knows that his opponent has a pack gun team here. He doesn't know where it is. He might be able to see it there. Can't see it yet. And that's an unfortunate miss for our pack gun. Yeah, what I was trying to say there was that the Crusader tank had been chilling in one spot for quite a while. And that's risky to do, because the longer you sit there, the more likely it is that your opponent is going to respond to you sitting there, right? And that's what we saw there. Now our German player's Panzer IV has arrived, being shooed away by the foot guard section and this pack gun. Keeping the Crusader alive here. Suspect he'll want to add a second one. Now that's not a great place for that tank to be, because of where the pack moved to. And wow, good hits by that AT gun. Doing a significant number on that Panzer IV. He's going to take it out of the fight for a little while here. And all the while, I mean, he's capturing territory on the bottom side, so that was a really good exchange for our British player. German player has added on a Truppen squad? I don't know how to say that. But this squad is really, really effective against infantry. Good at any range. And they're pretty tough, too. I mean, they don't go down easy. So big push by our German player. British player has a significant number of forces here. Flowing down this squad with a flamethrower, making it just enough to keep them in range to get suppressed. Love to see our HMG shoot at this Struppen squad. Struppen? I don't know. Oh, managed to get unpinned there. That might be a dead HMG, which would be unfortunate. As long as he's not going to steal it, at least. And the reason I say he's not going to steal it is that squad would be disbanded, because it requires 2 units to capture. AT gun dealing with this Panzer IV. Good hit by the Crusader on that side armor, but I think the Crusader's going to be going down here. Oh, missed by the Panzer IV. There's a bounce off the front armor of the Panzer. And Crusader's dead, and so is this AT gun, probably. And that's looking pretty bad for our British player there. He just lost all of his team weapons. He lost a Royal Engineer. Yeah, and I think that's not an unreasonable surrender. You know, I think he was at a delicate stage right there, our British player was, where he really needed to pick up a tank kill and or keep both of his tanks alive for the keep that tank alive until he was able to get another tank out. And he couldn't do either. I think that he could have recovered if either of those things had come to pass. But that said, I mean, he played hats off to our German player there. He played a really aggressive, take away your resources game. Never felt like our British player quite had the game under control until he was able to get out that Crusader, and then it was a really delicate step to get to 2 Crusaders, and he didn't quite make the transition. So, hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did, and I'll see you in the next video.